So Liverpool have signed a centre-back in Jeremy Jacquet. It's been confirmed by the club, which is absolutely fantastic news for the future. But I think a lot of us Liverpool fans are left wondering where the future of the club is looking like over the next few seasons, because there's going to be a lot of transition. If you thought last season was a lot of transition, then last summer, then this summer could be even bigger, because we've got big players at the club. Alisson, Van Dijk, Robertson. We've got Salah, obviously, Chiesa. There's a lot of players at the club right now who are coming to the end of their contracts and getting a bit older as well, especially we're looking at Van Dijk, Salah, Alisson, etc. And it's leaving me wondering where Liverpool are going to go next in these regards. We're obviously building for the future in many ways by bringing in new younger players. We bought 3 new young centre-backs now for next summer, which is pretty good, obviously. They all look like really good prospects, but there's going to be a big period of transition for Liverpool pretty soon, because in the summer there's going to be quite a few players that could be heading out the door. We've got Gomez, who's been at the club for 10 years, who seems to be constantly injured, that surely can't survive another season, in my opinion. Conor Bradley, who's constantly injured, could be on the way out of the door. Obviously, like I said, Robertson, Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, all of these really players that have been great servants for the club, all reaching the end of their time seemingly at the club. Robertson looking like he could have left this window and probably would definitely leave in the summer with his contract expiring. We've got Van Dijk expiring next year. We've got Salah expiring next year, but who may not survive this summer. We've got players like Chiesa, Curtis Jones, all futures up in the air as well. And it just leaves me wondering, are Liverpool going to be able to survive this big transitional period and still remain a top 4 side without things being massively effective with the coherence of the club? Because we bought 4 or 5 new signings in. We got rid of a few major players who left. Trent Alexander-Arnold was obviously a big one. There was a few other players that have left that contributed last season really well. Luis Diaz and Nunes. Obviously we lost Jota as well. And that period of transition, bringing in Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak, Kerkez, Frimpong, etc. We've obviously had a period of transition because of that. The coherence in the team, the cohesiveness of the unit, things have been affected in terms of form, in terms of the patterns of play have looked a stark contrast from last season, where we were looking really solid and winning games pretty much every time. And now Liverpool are in a situation where they're basically looking a little bit incoherent. We've changed the system over the past few months and it has started to work. But the new players have really, apart from Ekitike, I would say only just started in the past month to really start to bed in and click. Kerkez and Frimpong have settled recently well, but now Frimpong with another injury, hamstring injury, which is pretty incredible. Obviously, Isak's been pretty much out for the season with continuous injuries as well. So really, it's only been Ekitike that hit the ground running. Wirtz has come into his own massively recently, but like we've been saying, it's been basically a bit of a waiting game, a bit of a period of transition for all these new players. And then you just think, if we end up having another massive overhaul in the summer, is this going to massively affect Liverpool's chances of being a competitive club for the next few years? It's very, very likely, in my opinion, if we end up losing players like Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Salah all over the next few windows, it's going to be very, very difficult, I think, for Liverpool to continue the rebuild in the right direction. And I think we're going to potentially fall further foul of making too many changes at once and then just losing that cohesion in the team, especially if we've also got Konate, whose contract is up in the summer. We could end up with 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 of the players in the team being changed from just the team that played last season. Obviously, we could lose Konate. Salah, I think, is pretty much nailed on to go this summer. If he may stay for another year, depending on how things go. But I think in reality, we're going to lose basically half the squad again in the summer, or 3 or 4, potentially even 3 or 4 of the starting 11, depending on how things go. It's going to be an interesting time for Liverpool. I hope that we keep as much cohesion as we can. We really need to be making like little tweaks each window, which we didn't do this window, which was annoying. I thought we definitely could have brought in another player or two in this window. And then it would have left less work to do in the summer, because we left it really late on the Jeremy Jacquet deal, didn't we? Obviously, he's a really, really good prospect. And it looks like he'll, at the very least, be coming in as a third centre-back choice. But Konate may very well be out the door if he doesn't accept any contract proposals. So Liverpool in a bit of a precarious position right now, I think, transfer-wise. And I would be interested to know what you guys think. Obviously, Liverpool have already bought 5-6 new players last summer. We've just bought Jacquet, so that's probably the 7th player. And in reality, we're probably going to buy 3 or 4 players in the summer. And that's just to improve the squad, let alone the players we'll have to replace if we lose Robertson, Salah. Chiesa's probably going to go. I mean, Conor Bradley, with his injury record at the minute, he could easily be sold as well. Szoboszlai currently not in a new contract. McAllister not in a new contract. All of a sudden, you start to look at the team and go, I mean, in 2 or 3 years, half this team could be gone. 3/4 could be gone. So it's interesting to think. Hopefully Liverpool have got it under control, because we've done so well over the past 5 or 10 years recruitment-wise. And it would be really a shame if we just lost all these players and just lost them in such huge bundles that we just lose all team cohesion and comprehensibility at all. And it leaves a lot of work for Slot, or maybe a new manager, from what I've been seeing in terms of paper talk. It leaves them a lot of work to do to get the team performing and cohesive again, doesn't it? So let me know what you think down below. As always, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.